Dan said we had 10 minutes. Dan, I think it's where you pick up time. Don't worry. First, I want to thank the HBACC for hosting this event, and a special thanks to Dan. I know how much trouble you've been going through in the organization you put together, so thank you. And again, like Mr. Stanley, I want to thank all you citizens and our future citizens, our future voters, for coming out tonight and taking the time to listen to us ramble on. Serving as a supervisor is not something everybody gets to do. And I thought I'd tell you a little bit about what it's like. This is what I want to call another phase of my life, so to speak. It's different than anything I've done. And back in January of 2012, there were 4 new ones. Before Mr. Harris and his staff had to somehow educate this group on what each department did, who the people were, get acclimated to the regime of sitting up there at the dais and running the show and the whole bit. And I finally figured out where the men's room is, and he says, we got to pass a budget. And I said, well, we don't know anything about the budget. Well, you're going to have to learn. So what I have learned about the budget is we don't get through with this one before we start another one. So I wanted you to know that the budget takes a lot more time than what you see us up there voting. The schools is already starting on theirs. We've already started with departments working on theirs, so that, it's just an ongoing project. But I thought I would highlight to you some of the successes we've had this year. There are challenges in being a supervisor, right? And I know everybody thinks it's wonderful, and it is, but the successes we have just outweigh all the challenges. So I'm going to just go down a list of things that we've done this year to make you understand where we are. This year we passed a budget with no tax increases. We restarted a courthouse project that was stopped in 2009 because they didn't have the funds to do it. We added a position in both the sheriff's office, fire and EMS, and we approved a school budget that included new teaching positions, as well as money for long overdue maintenance issues that we've taken care of. And we gave all county employees a 2% raise this year. The legislature withdrew the 2% they were going to give the teachers, but Hanover County still gave the 2% that we agreed to do. We approved $25 million worth of capital improvement funds for the school system that will be spread over the next 5 years. And we appropriated $3.1 million in September for the project that they did this summer. We've adopted a new zoning policy in agriculture areas that happen to be in our suburban service area, so that we can give Mr. Gaskins no excuse. So what we're trying to do is make sure, what we've done is allow people that have agricultural property in our suburban service area are able now to rezone it without their taxes going up to the quick use. So it's a tool to try to entice people to move and bring business to the community. Public Works has taken the new stormwater regulations and put in place improvements that accomplish the requirements without causing us to have to raise taxes or put any type of fee in place. And this is an ongoing project that we are able to take care of because we are lucky. Our Public Works guys are probably the best in the state. And he understands it, he knows what our obligations are, and we were able to take care of it. Parks and Rec completed the second phase of the North Hanover Battlefield Park, as well as continuing to administer county-wide programs for all of our citizens. We have continued to administer road projects and fund them as well, even though VDOT has steadily decreased the funds that they give us since the mid-2000s. Hanover County has continued to fund those things. We added 269,159 square feet of commercial and public space ready for to be built. In other words, it went through zoning to be approved this past year. All in all, Hanover County is in good shape going into 2014. I want to finish finish up. I told you it would take long. I want to finish up by quoting something that Mr. Harris said. We had a meeting with the Hanover Business Council a couple of weeks ago, and when Mr. Harris made a presentation of a lot more involved than what I just did. But when he finished, he made a statement, and I'll quote, "Our county's balance sheet is as strong as it's ever been. Our assets versus liabilities. We are in the strongest equity position ever." It's these successes that make me proud to be your supervisor from South Africa. So thank you all.